Well, we're back. It's another day. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not drinking healthy. I just have some water. So, stay tuned. Oh, there's my water. So, we actually got the new latch for this hatch. So because that takes all of, 10 minutes, we're gonna throw it up in there quick. And then, if you go to this side of the van, you see this giant puddle. So, these have a tendency to leak oil. This is your oil filter housing. It's also an oil cooler. And they tend to break. And, well, that's why I told you don't over tighten it. It looks like that was bad when we bought it. So, this entire intake manifold has to come off. Looks like there's a bunch of 8mm and there's a couple 10mm nuts down there, and then there's all these little 8mm around all along up in there. So we're gonna go ahead and pull all those off today. We did order that part. We just ordered it off eBay. It was cheaper. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting this off too, but let's go put that latch in there quick. I'll be right back. These are little T30s. There's the old one. That's the new one. So we're gonna go ahead and I got my T30. I'm gonna pull these new bolts out because they were nice enough to give us new bolts with it. Don't know why, but they were. So obviously that part goes down. So it goes up in there, like so. Sorry, like so. But you have this cable to hook up. And that hooks up right there. So you slide it, the end in that hole, and then you see how it's got a little space. This thing just slides right there and it locks it in place. I can't do that one-handed, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done. That's what it looks like when you're done. And then it goes right like that. And then your 3 bolts go right there. Your electrical connector goes right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and I'll be right back. Okay, so she's in. Let's test it. Hey, it works. It's locked. Oh, battery's out of it. Okay, well, hatch is shut. I guess I better unlock it so I can do the rest of it back there. But for now, we're going to start working on this top side. And luckily, oh, they're not. Those are also Torx. So I was hoping it was a T30, but they're not. Looks like a T20 or something. So I'm just going to grab an 8mm and do it that way. But let's see what all we're going to have to do. So there's a bolt there, there, there. And there's one there, there, two there, two there. There's a nut there, and there's a nut right there. There's got to be more on there too, but I guess we'll wait and find out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this off and I'll be back. Okay, there's one more 8mm under that thing, and then there's two more 10mm nuts back there. But I'm not pulling off these stupid ass brackets, so I just moved them out of the way, and I'll move them back when I bolt it down, back down in, because you have to, there's these two here, and then there's those two back there that hold it in, and you couldn't just lift it off. Now with all that stuff gone, you can just nicely lift that off. And make sure you undo your vacuum lines and your electrical stuff. And now we're to the point that we can just pull this right off. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. And, oh, this, it's got another little clip on the back like this, I believe. And I just kind of rotated it out of the way. So that's not a big deal. And the upper intake is out. So we got the upper intake out. Now we got to take that lower intake out, which, let's get that out of the way. So now we have our coil packs visible, and it looks like, yeah, we're gonna have to pull our fuel rails. So you have your clip here, and it looks like it's about it. Make sure and release your fuel pressure. Normally there's a Schrader valve, but I don't see one anywhere. So I guess you're not really going to be able to. So when you do this, just pinch this and be careful for fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and use both hands so I can cover that, and we'll release that. Cool, we had very minimal fuel pressure because this thing's been off for a little while. So you're going to pull these little red clips that lock your fuel injector clips on, and then you're going to take, I believe, a T30. I'll double check, but you have T30 there, 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 and there. And then rock your fuel rails back and forth a little bit, and slowly and carefully pry them up. Looks like they're plastic. So, and then once you get that done, you're going to see this 8mm, that 8mm, this 8mm, that one. There's one there. There's one there. And then these two side ones we already got to. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those fuel rails, and I'll be right back. So I lied. You do not need to take these T30s out and pull the fuel rails. They did one cool thing, and it's all together. So there is the culprit. Obviously, clean up all those leaves. That sucks. But you see the problem we're having? All that oil down in there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this out. Looks like there's some inverted E-Torx that's holding it in, so I'm going to go ahead and look at that, and I'll be right. Alright, so you get it out of there, and that's what it's going to look like. So all the oil and water kind of mixed together, and here she is. Typically it breaks down here somewhere, but mine doesn't look broken, so I don't know what my problem was, but I know it's in that unit somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some paper towels down here and soak up this giant mess that I have. And then we'll be dropping the oil again too. Obviously, you know, whenever you do something like this, you have to. I'll get all those cleaned up. And unfortunately, this is as far as we can get on this thing today. I did pull the upper radiator hose off for those of you that are doing this. So my niece is here. It's time to go make some food. I'll be working on the truck again today too, so I'll do another video for that. But for now, like, subscribe, comment. Deuces, guys.